Peace and power to everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube family. Welcome to all of my new subscribers. Hey y'all. I'm here. It is 10:54 p.m. my time. And I came to just share. Sister Mother Mary Brown shared a video with me. So I'm coming to share it with y'all. I think this is right on time because, and excuse my background noise, I think this is right on time because a lot of stuff is going on my timeline on Instagram. You just never know. And excuse my background noise, I'm sorry y'all, but I'm trying to get settled down. And what this is about the mowers. We have been questioning and looking into and questioning. And what we're trying to do is just pinpoint who's who. The reason why I keep revisiting the subject is because there are so many people joining up. And anytime something is that popular to me, then it's hijacking the mix. So we're just gonna dig in. I see a lot of male and female now. People just joining up in droves, and it's quite interesting to watch. But at the same time, when you care and you are passionate about your people, then it's kind of disheartening. Me personally, I used to be like commenting and trying to get people to see stuff, and now I just keep on going. Before we get into that, let's just talk. Let's just talk. I know y'all probably have noticed a change in me. If you haven't, fine, but I went from proclaiming things to really stepping back and being kind of standoffish. For me, I think that we have to acknowledge, this is where you can donate. I think we have to acknowledge and accept what we're learning as far as energy. That energy cannot be destroyed. And if we are carbon beings, if we infect our energy, then, we have to pay attention to everything. Here is my website. You can go over and support a sister. I have to change this picture. It's been up long enough. And shout out to all the information warriors out here. And I know I'm all over the place, but y'all those who are familiar with my channel, y'all know me. I'm just trying to grasp the whole energy thing. Our brother told me to look into the 10th Dimension, which is a book, and I think I shared. If I didn't share, I'll upload a video too. Yeah, I make videos and I mean to upload them, but it takes so long to upload sometimes if the internet is busy. And so I'll just make them and go to sleep, and then I look up and like, dang, I thought I uploaded that. And this is something that I uploaded. I made a couple more videos after this. So I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like, why haven't I uploaded more? But long story short, I'm trying to grasp the energy thing. I was never good at, and I guess it's metaphysical. I was never good at, I wasn't bad at it, but just not good at science and math. So when you're talking metaphysical, it takes time for me. I've been studying, trying to not so much as share what I'm studying. It doesn't hurt, but we're learning now that nothing is an absolute. So when you're sharing this stuff, you might mislead somebody just trying to share. You might grow and they don't. So, but I say all that to say, we have to understand that we are energy beings, and we have to stop getting so emotionally involved in all of this stuff, because there are beings that harvest that energy. Now, shout out to my Instagram followers. Hey, Instagram. What I'm gonna do is just go to this video. No further delay. Y'all go over to Darkman TV and show this brother some love. Shout out to Miss Mary Brown again. Thank you for sharing this information with me, and we're just gonna go on into it. They pushing this Grammarly, and I think it's because they trying to record and see whether or not
we're going to nip a few things in the butt right here. Because it is my impression that a lot of folks think that I'm consistently attacking all Moors. No, I'm not. The ones who know the knowledge and the info and his using it to twist it around to trick folks, that's who I'm going at. Those are the ones, they know who they are. You understand? Let me first clear something up. Our ancestors did not call themselves Moors. And this is the last time I'm going to say this. Our ancestors, no time at all in our history, starting from the Teotihuacan Empire, which they now call the Olmec Empire, the Mayan, the Aztecs, the Empire, Toltecs, whatever else names they want to come up with. They never called themselves Moors. Now, the word is used in two different ways. They use it also as a phenotype to say melanated people. But we know those who uses it and wear the fez mean the fez wearing melanated people. And we didn't wear fezzes over here. The fez wearing melanated people are Asiatics from the African continent. So every time you go and you fill out your documentations, you claim that you're proclaiming your nationality and you put your nation as the Moorish nation, you are stating and proclaiming your alliance, your loyalty, your nation to the nation of Morocco. And this continent was never been and never has and never was called Morocco. The only reason why there has been a lot of name changes also to this land was because when the Asiatic Moors invaded over here, they renamed a lot of our land masses. Then when their Caucasian cousins also joined in with the invasion, and they and their cousins went to war with each other, you understand? Then they came up with their peace treaties, and after their treaties, the Caucasians also renamed what they renamed. Claiming to be Arawak or of any Indian nation, you cannot put that you are part of the Moorish nation, because the Moorish nation means that you are African American. Moorish American means African American. African American is those who are immigrants on this land or who have colonized this land, meaning that you are from the African continent. So if you are from the African continent and you are going by the name Moorish American, then how could you proclaim to be an Arawak, a Tiano, Seminole, a Cherokee, and so on. How could you proclaim to be these names when you are proclaiming to be Moorish American? Now, the last time I checked, when you look up the etymology of the word Moor, because the etymology goes back to the beginning of that word when it was created, right? When you look up the etymology of the word Moor, it says those who come from Africa. So how could you be of North American descent, calling yourself Moorish American, when you're not of African descent, you are of North American descent. So you're wrongfully identifying yourselves. You understand? And what these people do is they trick you into thinking that you're getting these type of perks that you can only get if you proclaim to be Moorish American, and that is not true. Like the tax-free perks, the being able to claim property and land and so on and so on. The only reason why they are allowed to even do that is because they are allies with the United States, and they carry out the agenda every day of keeping us segregated and docile when it comes to knowledge of self and on end of this hemisphere. Am I saying that all of them are purposely carrying that out? No. Because we have those who have joined said Moorish nation who do not understand how deep the depths of this deception is. So when they preach that knowledge back to our people, they think that they're helping our people, but you are not. You are tricked. It is a trick. You have been tricked, and they have indoctrinated you into a system to where when you are educating our people is proclaiming their native identity, but proclaiming the Moorish nation, and the Moorish nation is still loyal and raises the flag of Morocco and holds the flag of the United States to colonize and invade in force. We must remember that it was the fez-wearing Moors at the time that.
Now, this is something I didn't even think of, because they look like you. And I'm sorry, y'all, this sounds chopped up when I upload it, because y'all know I'm not going to do no editing. I'm just trying to make sure y'all can hear the microphone. I had a headset, and my homegirl had it, and she gave it back. And I'm like, oh, John Carter using my headset. But long story short, something I never thought about is even calling them colonizers. Because in my mind, they look like us. I didn't think they were still colonizing. They were selling us out. And it is what it is. You know, I've had a lot of people, when I share the information, and they'll say, well, they don't agree with it. And it's usually Moorish women. I'm like, well, you know, put the cards on the table. If you think that what I'm saying is not true, then show me. Because I'm a student. I'm a learner. So, based on what I've been reading and researching, though, the treaties and, you know, how everything came about, and the North African Berbers, you know, when you think of all of it, you know, what else do you call it? What else do you call it? Let's move forward.
Swooped throughout all of majority of Africa to invade and colonize and forced Islam upon also the brothers and sisters over there, the melanated brothers and sisters over there. So when I speak, I am not speaking in terms as if I'm saying fuck Africans or this or these people or that people who are not from North America. When I speak, I am pointing out those Masonic agents, those Masonic linked societies and organizations who are put here within our community to keep us confused in mass chaos so that we could float all over, bickering back and forth with each other over bullshit, thinking that we know certain key knowledge when we don't. They only gave us half-ass shit while they're sneakily still colonizing us, because their treaties that they have with the Caucasians is just an indication that them and the Caucasians are all Asiatics. Them, the Caucasians, are all Asiatics. With the Asians, with with who we call Asians today, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, so on and so on. And a lot of y'all feelings are going to get hurt because what is going on right now in front of us with all this weather warfare and stuff like that, it is all these folks who also owns these companies like the chemical plant that was attempted to be destroyed out there in Houston, the nuclear power plants owned by the French. You understand? Now, the Chinese owns 51% of the U.S. economy, so they have to free up lands for the Chinese. The French owns a lot of the power plants in America right now. You understand? Chinese, French, two.
Wait. And shout out again to Miss Mayburn, because I never thought about this. So we never even thought about who owns those plants. Okay.
Owns a lot of the power plants in America right now. You understand? Chinese, French, two Asian. You understand? Chinese. Now, the Chinese owns 51% of the U.S. economy, so they have to free up lands for the Chinese. The French owns a lot of the power plants in America right now. You understand? Chinese, French, two Asiatics right there, right? Now, does the tax money go to? Who does the tax money go to? The royal family, the British crown. Boom, another Asiatic right there. Who is the Moroccan royal family? Who are they? What flag do they raise? Huh? They are an Islamic family. Now,
hold on. Y'all, I gotta take notes. Because if I don't, then it'll be a blur. So, Asiatics. The French. Who else are Asiatic? The French. Maybe you can tell them again.
You understand? Now, the Chinese owns 51% of the U.S. economy, so they have to free up lands for the Chinese. The French owns a lot of the power plants in America right now. You understand? Chinese, French, two Asiatics right there, right? Now, does the tax money go to? Who does the tax money go to? The royal family, the British crown. Boom, another Asiatic right there. Who is the Moroccan royal family? Who are they? What flag do they raise? Huh? They are an Islamic family, and they are the royal family of the Moorish nation. Boom, another set of Asiatics right there. Are y'all understanding? All these folks who are allies with each other, they are all Asiatics. There is no such thing as phenotypes, as race, as color, as whatever when it comes to them. But they push that race baiting agenda over here on us to keep us bickering back and forth and warring with each other, because that is us giving up our energy, our charge of energy to negative sources that.
Excuse me. I just have to pause and let it soak in. So we know that the Asiatics right now on our list are the French, the Chinese, the British Crown, and the royals of the Moorish nation. These are a whole group of Asiatics.
We shouldn't even be directing it to, and they're harvesting off of that energy. This is what it's about. They're harvesting off of that energy and using that energy that they're siphoning from us to destroy us, because we can't tell the difference between the traitors and the righteous ones. But I can. This is why I keep going at those who are part of these societies. Look, I am Awak. You understand? My friends that I know are Tianos. You understand? And they don't claim or walk with an ID that says Moorish American on it. You understand? Chief Kalinago is what he is, and he doesn't have the title Moor on his ID, Moorish American. Now, did some of these brothers and sisters walk that path to take on the L's and the Bey titles? But when they came into truth and understanding of what the history really foretells, they stopped going by it. So those who still go by those titles, you must question yourself to why you're still going by those titles when there's many others that stop going by it because they learn truth to who they are, that they are the Aboriginal, the original American Indians of this hemisphere. When you go by the title Moorish American, you are saying that you are African American. You understand? And to be African American means that you are native, and a native is not Aboriginal or really indigenous to this land. It just means that you were born on this land, but your descendants are not of here. They are Africans, meaning you are still an Asiatic. You understand? And then when you also call yourself Moorish American, you are also proclaiming to be the descendants of those who first invaded us over here and colonized us. Thus, you are still carrying on their agenda. You understand? The problem is a lot of the folks who are now in what we call the Moorish Nation or the original Aboriginal American Indians of this land and have been misled and tricked to join in that Masonic misleading organization who is really put there to siphon off of your energy as us being melanated beings, because they need melanated beings to give their so-called dark magic or their occult portions of their Masonic society and their CERN machine a energetic charge. This is why you see Negroes and Caucasians together as Freemasons, because the Caucasoid Masons use them as their energetic charge. It's about energy, people. It's not about race or skin color, to be honest. You understand? It is about proper identification. You understand? Every time you identify yourself as something that you originally are not, you are given that energy to that colonizing force or the colonizers' gods or the colonizers' deities who they prey on to use that energy and power to oppress us. So this is why, again, identity is key. Identity is important. This is why I don't go by no well, look, we're never going to say that's also the reason why I don't go by no L, or Bays. You have to understand what the L, and Bays also really mean. This is why I don't go by the term Moor or Moorish American and walk with an ID that says Moor or Moorish American with the Moroccan flag and the United States flag on it, because you can proclaim who you are without using any of those flags and travel freely without being harassed and live tax free and proclaim land and fly on airplanes and go all over the world with your own ID card. This is facts. So they use those things to pull you in to their society. Now, look, their loyalty is to Morocco. Their so-called nation's loyalty is to Morocco. Morocco is on the African continent. Morocco is Asiatic. Everything that you see going on in the world today, everything that you see going on within our community, the oppression within our community, the slavery that has happened amongst all species, amongst all what you then will call races, I say species, has been and always have been the Asiatics. The reason why some of the tribes over here even signed treaties with the Asiatics in the United States Corporation, they're with the Asiatics, period. They're all the same. The United States Corporation or the Asiatics. The reason why some of the tribes here signed those treaties was because they did not want to see their people suffer anymore, and because they done hit us with the trail of tears with the smallpox blankets and all those things, and was wiping out our numbers low, and because they had took away our most fertile lands, the only thing that was left as a number one source of income was what? The slave trade. So now we put tribes against tribes, empires against empires, but not all of those empires was in on the slave trade. You understand? There were some that literally was buying what you call slaves just to keep families together. I don't know how much more to break this down to you. So a lot of you guys out there who are getting offended by me consistently speaking about the Moors, I know of which and what I am speaking of. And again, if you proclaim to be an Aboriginal Indian or American Indian, you cannot rock that Moorish title on your stuff. Our ancestors didn't call that. You are rocking the title of those who invaded our ancestors, of those who trained those who are their Caucasoid cousins and brothers to also come over here and also invade us, of those who sailed the boats and brought them over here to also add on to the invasion. You understand? Those Asiatics went against each other and started warring against each other. And what happened was when the smoke cleared, they still treated back with each other, and our people and started feeling the most of the blunt of it. The tribes that did not sign their treaties, they enslaved. This is it. Look, that's the facts. The tribes that did not sign their treaties, they enslaved. And those tribes still exist till this very day that still didn't sign their treaties. And those tribes are still getting all the perks that they are getting who have signed over their loyalty to the Asiatics. So a lot of brothers and sisters have joined the Moorish Nation, and a lot of y'all damn well know y'all joined because y'all heard, yo, you get this for tax free. You don't got a driver's license. When you so and so and this happens, you get put on that do not detain list. And because they helped created this harsh environment for us, and they know that we will consistently always look for a way out of this environment, they used it to suck you into the very same entity that has really been around oppressing us, because it's about harvesting energy, and that is your energy, and they take that energy and put towards their CERN machines and also all sorts of other things within their occult dark arts of the Masonic order, and they use that to pull forth their demonic spiritual entities that they need to plague on this planet and on the people of this planet. You understand? That is it. That transatlantic slave trade, all of that are Asiatics. They enslaved their own Caucasians. They enslaved their own melanated brothers and sisters over there on the side of the world, which we call the African continent, and IE plus Europe. You understand? And they brought that ideology, that way of life, over here and pushed it on our people, thus bringing all that bullshit over here. And thus after hundreds of years of war with them and our numbers dwindling and them taking our most fertile lands, you understand, the most promising business then that became on this land was the slave trade. And people are going to have to do what they have to do still at the same time to survive. So again, if they had never came and invaded over here and did what they did to our people and our system, you wouldn't hear about tribes owning brothers and sisters as slaves. You would not. Because the hardest thing for a leader to do is to weigh the life of what you would consider of one or two against your entire tribe. When you are given the option, either A, you sign this treaty and you treaty with us, or we'll wipe out your entire tribe. What is that leader to do? And who brought that upon them? The Asiatics. But their excuses, well, there was also Irish slaves here, and we know that. But at the end of the day, who still brought slavery on these shores? You guys did. You understand? And when I say you guys, the ones who know that they are direct descendants from those Asiatics, because a lot of you Negroes that join that shit are not descendants of them. You are the American Indians and was tricked into going by the title Moor. You understand? And then how they try to use it real slick and sneakily. They will use it as if they're make you think. They will try to make you think as if they're talking about phenotype, color, right? But they're really speaking as in the organization with the fez wearing, as part of the Masonic and Illuminati organization. There is no difference between them and the Caucasian. And this is what you guys must realize, understand, overstand, and understand. Thus, this is why they went from talking about the white man as the devil to recruiting the white man in their organization, because they're showing the unity of the Asiatics. And I don't know much more to break this down. Do you see what they're doing? They're killing the entire Pacific Ocean to box us in a corner so we could run over there to Africa. When you run into Africa, you're going to run into the might of the military of the Asiatics. You see, the African tribes that did once put up resistance to them is dwindled down to damn near nothing, still running around with bone arrows and spears. And that is because they've done that to them. You understand? And then the one or two, the few African countries who do put up a resistance and a fight to them, they're still attacking them to this very day, i.e. Somalia. You understand? Is another good example. So again, when I speak of the Moors, I'm not speaking of all Africans, because again, it is not all of them. But we are speaking as far as these type of societies, these supposed secret societies, them. I am breaking it down to you to the reason why they are here, to the reason why they are in our community, and the role that they play with the Caucasoid, and how they're really working together as a team. But folks don't want to see that. But you're going to learn when it's almost too damn late. What you're going to learn when your ass is sitting either staring down the barrel of one of their Asiatic guns, or in the FEMA camps, or when martial law comes and hits your community, or the next man-made storm hits your community. They believe in even sacrificing their own, because they even enslaved their own. So none of this is nothing new. I never deny none of these fractions of history. You understand? Another thing that they try to use is to say that, well, the Olmecs were Moors and they wore fez, and the Olmec, they have Olmec statues with fezzes on them. Bullshit, that's a lie. None of that shit is true. I have all the pictures of all the Olmec statues. None of them has a fez on it. And the one that they were trying to talk about, it was braids that the brother had in the front of his hair coming down towards like the side. And then he had braids that came all the way around the lower end part of his hairline, came all the way around. Braids. It wasn't a fez, and they try to call braids a fez. So now the next thing that they come with and says the Olmecs were wearing fez was the Easter Island statues that go damn near even 100 feet deep down into the ground, that they thought matter of fact, yeah, so the Easter Island statues that they thought were only heads. When they started digging, them shits went about 100 to even 200 feet down into the earth. That's how big those statues are. Full body statues. Full body. Now here, I'm going to show you something. To show you where they stole what they now call the fez from. And to show you the trickery behind the shit that they do. All they do is go around and steal other people's knowledge, other historic knowledge, and throw their name on that shit. Identity thieves. Not only know that's what they asses is doing. Identity thieves.
Yeah, why we keep running into over and over again? This is the whole story. This is the sum of the story. Identity theft. That's it.
Tricksters, con artists, Masonic agents. Now here is a picture of Mentuhotep. Okay, Pharaoh Mentuhotep. Here's a picture of him. See his crown? That's his crown. That's his headdress. We know there was no Moors ruling in Kemet. You understand? That's Kemet. We know there was no Moors ruling in Kemet. Okay? That's his crown. He wear two different headdresses. That's one. And then he has his war helmet. The one with the dome that's shaped like a dome, but it's really the egg, the womb, the shape of the womb, to represent the depiction of the woman, of the feminine essence of the womb of the woman. You understand? So again, check out the headdresses. See the Easter Island heads? Similar headdress. So what they're going to say, that the Moors is also ruling in Kemet during Mentuhotep's era? Crazy. Get out of here. We're going to kill all these lies, yo. All these lies that they're carrying on for the Arab masters. We're going to kill it. Now, in another one of the pictures, you're going to see where the Easter Island has the square block on their head with the little peak still heading out of it. They'll say, "Oh, that's like the nipple, like the little nipple from the hat." Where bullshit, it's a lie. It's very similar to Mentuhotep's headdress. You understand? Then you're going to notice that the picture that I'm going to show now with Mentuhotep wearing this other crown that's shaped like an egg, which is really the representation of the womb of the woman, because everything was about the feminine essence. You understand? You're going to look at now the other red headdress of the Easter Island heads because they're different. You're going to see the difference in even the Easter Island headdress, that they had two different ones. Now you're going to see one that is shaped also more so now like Mentuhotep's other crown, which again represents the womb, right? A dome, which is the dome of the rock. The dome. The dome. You understand? Now, if you understand the origins of Islam, because we're going to get into it. If you understand the origins of Islam, you understand that Islam is a major part of also the Hindus Valley culture, the Buddhism culture, and many other cultures that Muhammad went around and combined together when he was conquering throughout majority of the regions of Africa. And he combined them all into one to create Islam. Thus, he stole a lot.
Syncretism. Syncret. Anism. N-E-T. You know, it ends with ISM. What is the mixture of religions?
A lot of stuff from all over the African region. And one of the creations was the fez that Islam took over. One of the creations they created was the fez. Where did they get it from? They got it from not only Mentuhotep, the idea from Mentuhotep, but they stole it from also the Easter Island people. You understand? Still not a North American origination thing, which we are North Americans on this hemisphere. That headdress that they call a fez is not ours. You understand? What they call a fez is not ours. So what they did was they renamed the dome, that headdress, right? They renamed it the fez to fit their Islamic idea, to make it seem as if Islam was this world spiritual belief system of cosmetology, etymology, biology, and so on and so on. No, it wasn't. Muhammad's parents was the library keeper, was the information keeper in the Hindus Valley archival records. This is where he learned a lot of his stuff from. And then from there, he went through other cultures and started combining all these cultures to coin his own thing, making up his own stuff. So he took all these cultures from the from cultures that supported the feminine essence, that was about the feminine power, and then he changed it into some patriarch bullshit. That's what he did. You understand? And then he used the representation of the crowns and called it a fez. This is what they did. This is what Islam, those followers of Muhammad, started doing. You understand? Then they named it the fez. Then everywhere they went and conquered, they forced that headdress. Because when they force Islam up on you, they force that headdress on you. The fez is not North American. It is not American Indian. It is not Islam. It's not North American. It is not American Indian. It is not Aborigines. It is not Aboriginal. It is not original. It is not birth. It was not birth here. It was birth over there through murder, rape, theft, pillaging, you name it. That's where it came from. It is not even Aboriginal to even over there. You understand? Fictitious shit. Made believe. Made up. Used as a weapon. A form of hypnosis. A form of psychology to sucker you in, to pull you into that so-called religious belief that they call religion. Okay? They have you talking about Allah. Everything masculine. They have their creator name is Allah. Allah. Others will say Yahshua, Yahweh, Jehovah, all these masculine names. But the headdress stolen from these righteous cultures, shows the fact that the core of their belief system that they don't push and promote so much came from a feminine essence, a spiritual belief system that was about showing the matriarch, not no patriarch. It was about the matriarch, because within the womb of the woman comes the male and the female development. Hence, she is the balance. You understand? Not no Allah. That is why they changed the name from Alat, which is a female, to Allah. Understand, and overstand. They did that because all of this is about harvesting energy. It is about manipulating energy. It is about redirecting energy. The life force. What is the life force? What is the giver of life? Who brings forth life into the world? A womb. Life comes from a womb. You understand? The womb is the portal for the soul. In order for the soul to be birthed, to breach the waters like a ship does when it's coming up to dock or coming up to breach on shore, has to burst the waters. It has to breach through the waters, burst through that womb. You understand? So they're manipulating, taking control of the matriarchal energy. The matriarchal energy force, which we were supposed to uphold as not only men, but the females as well, to keep the mother safe, Mother Earth, to keep the air clean, the cosmos. For the earth is a womb and a seed. And the earth is still also a living entity within the womb of the universe. You understand? And we are the physical manifestation of the universe, being nurtured and taken care of by our Mother Earth. If you guys can't get that. So when they take that energy force from you and they redirect it into their patriarch system, and they gave you religion, and they gave you the names of these so-called gods, you are now praying to their demonic entities, taking your energy force and giving it to their demonic entities, empowering them. Thus their reign stays over us for this long. This is why it was important for them to beat that religion into you. You understand? This is why it was important. Until you wake up and understand and realize you are the children of the cosmos. You came down to what is supposed to be the heavenly plane, to have your physical experience and grow and develop. Young souls to be mature souls, so that when their vessel decays and they transcend, they can evolve into higher beings. You understand? These people created ways how to harness that energy. And the energy that they harness is not of those mature souls, those awakened souls. This is why they kill the young ones so young, so prematurely, because they have not awoken to their full potential yet. Thus, a weak soul, one that lacks knowledge and identity of self, which is also why they have you calling yourself Black and African American and African and every name in a book that is not you. A soul that has no identity of self, no knowledge of self, doesn't know anything. When that vessel dies, that soul is weak. Thus, it is easy for the harvest. The harvest. Meaning they're going to harness your energy source. Meaning you are going to be trapped in the hell that they are going to lock you in. You understand? What it is. They're trying to create a massive amount of energy force to free their fallen angels, which our ancestors trapped within what is called the black cube. We ain't going to get too deep into that, though. Got to give y'all a little at a time, because y'all need to understand this stuff. You need to understand this stuff. So when I go hard at these people, it is because the ones who know are treacherous traitors, and then the ones who are not, the treacherous traitors that still do know that they are not of our lineage. They know they're still continuing on the traditions of their treacherous ancestors. So you know what? Yeah, motherfucker. You know what? Yeah, you're treacherous traitors all the way around. Can't call yourself Moorish American and then sit there and talk about your American Indian at the same time. It just does not mix, because when you call yourself the name of the enemy of your ancestors, you are empowering the spiritual force of your ancestors' enemy, not your ancestors. Thus, they are harvesting your energy. It is not about race or skin color. It is about energy. The carbonated man within the secret society, it is a jumper kit, is a jump starter kit. That battery that they need to combine their low level vibrating ass self and link to their magnified source of energy, because carbon absorbs and gives out energy. They don't absorb no form of energy, and they give out low vibrational frequencies and energy. Thus, this is why our music, everything that we do and listen to, that is supposed to increase our vibrations, they lowered. Thus, this is why you see the TD Jakes and all these coon ass Negroes join into their bootleg Masonic secret society orders. You understand? These are the names that they told y'all what these orders are called: Masonry and the Illuminati. You understand? It's not their names. But we're going to get into that in later stuff. But they need you to do these things. They need you to take on these identities that they give you, because you're giving that energy to their folks, to their ancestors, to their demonic creations that they're trying to create and conjure up, to their occult practices within their so-called secret societies, their Red Lodge and their Blue Lodge. This is why they created the Crips and the Bloods within our community, because again, it is star seeds fighting star seeds. That's these two star seeds is not supposed to be fighting each other. Thus, when you die prematurely, two gangs which are lost souls killing each other. Lost souls have no direction, thus they are easy for the harvesting. You understand? Your TD Jakes and them know this stuff. They know this. They're a willing participant in it. willing participant, because your torture, you understand, your downfall is their heaven. You staying lost is their heaven. Thus you see the TD Jakes and the Creflo dollars in them sitting on bank accounts with millions of dollars in it. Living lavish, comfortable. You see your politicians, your presidents and your prime ministers having access to an unsurmountable amount of money from these French, Chinese, all these other Asiatics' bank account. Being able to live anywhere in the world they want for free after they finish their term and have a never-ending source of money. Thus, this is why they sell you out. This is why Andrew Holness sold you out. This is why Portia Simpson sold you out. You understand? Even the prime minister that was in power, I forgot his name, You understand? All your prime ministers back home in Jamaica sold y'all all out. The ones in Trinidad sold y'all out. The ones in Bahamas sold y'all out. The ones in Barbados sold y'all out. The ones in St. Kitts sold y'all out. St. Croix sold y'all out. Haiti, they still selling you out to this very day. Trinidad sold y'all out. Venezuela, not Venezuela's putting up a fight. Brazil sold you out. The one that you have right now is a former CIA agent of the United States. Well, there's no such thing as former, because they will tell you that they are always active. Even if they're 105 years old, they still go into meetings. So he's still an active CIA agent of the United States, the Prime Minister of Brazil. Brazil, which is housing damn near half the nuclear weapons for the United States. Bada boom, bada bing. This is why they ousted the previous prime minister, because she was about to shut shit down on them. She tended too much to her Afro side, to her Negro side, to her Aboriginal American Indian side. She was about to start telling the secrets, and they got rid of her and her entire cabinet, all the dark-skinned ones, and put in all the mulattoes and the Caucasoid ones, which came from the womb of the Caucasian woman. That's what they did. Again, harvesting energy. Need you guys to continue killing each other. They need for all that. They need you to placate in this fictitious race war that the only ones that believe that it is a race war, it is the ones that have no knowledge of what's really going on around them. Having an idea don't mean shit until you actually know. Then you will know how to maneuver. You understand? This is chess, not checkers. This is what this battle is about. This is what keeping you, being in your community, leading you astray is about, because it works in their favor. This is why even though we know we're in the age of awakening, you're like, damn, why ain't everybody waking up fast enough? Because you still have these treacherous Negroes in your community telling you the wrong shit. Again, I have an audio that I played at the end of, damn it, which one of my videos was it? I forgot which one. I'll put the link in the description box. Of Farrakhan confessing that he was teaching lies all these years, and he confessed to his Redeemer. He didn't confess to Allah. He didn't confess to Jehovah. He didn't confess to none of that. He didn't confess to Ibrahim. None of that. He confessed to his Redeemer, which is Jesus. A Muslim, a Moor, a Masonic man. Another thing, y'all see them wear those round rings and you think it's a marriage band. 9 times out of 10, it's not a marriage band. It is the higher up in degrees that you go, your ring looks different. You see some of them with those big brolic rings that will have like a blue or a black or a red stone in it. It is letting you know that they are master masons. That is the difference between the rings with the G on it. They're up there in status. Those rings that also look like a marriage band. That's how sneaky they are. Multiple different rings. Multiple different ones. Got to learn how to tell them apart. when they're on the workplace in the job, they have to turn the rings with the G on them, or the ones with the stones in them, to the side. To the side on their finger. And usually it'll be on their index finger, what you call the wedding finger. Because that's the finger that when you're taking that oath amongst each other with this ring ID wed, you took that oath to that demonic god, that secret society. You understand? And we just want to leave it at that right there. It's soul harvesting, energy harvesting of lesser souls. This is why they shut down our schools. This is why they make sure that they took control of our schools in the islands, on the mainland. This is why they have to keep us confused. You understand? This is why they gave you religion. This is why. A lot of feelings is going to get hurt, because the more and more we go along, and the more and more you see all these atrocious activities happening, these weird ass storms happening, is a lot of stuff is going to get exposed, and a lot of feelings is going to get hurt. But then now it is, what do you do with that energy? Where do you direct that energy, that anger from? You direct it to where it's supposed to be directed to. You understand? If you ain't going to try to get them hands dirty, to put paws on them, then you take that heated rage, that energy, and you turn it into something positive and righteous, and start educating your people as well. What we're going to start seeing, which I already said in other previous videos, you're going to see the pro-black community, the Kemetic community, the Pan-African community all start coming out talking about, yeah, we are the Aboriginals, man. We are the American Indians. This is our land. And start to give spoon-feeding y'all information that they stole from other people's freaking YouTube channel and stuff. And they're going to try to turn this into another fiasco of the next big con. We got to stop them from doing that. These are agents. You understand? Once you guys come into this, once you guys start focusing more on a planetary level, on a cosmic level, you're going to see all for all and all for who they are. You're going to see it. You're going to see the fake ones that's trying to act like they're with us. You understand? And you're going to see the ones who are doing shit just for popularity or whatever. You're going to see the ones who are doing shit just to keep you in the matrix because they're getting paid to do so. You understand? Give you some truth, lock your ass in the matrix with the rest. Give you some truth, lock your ass in the matrix with the rest. You're going to start seeing all of these things. All of them. Ain't no damn Olmec with no fez. Easter Island people. You understand? Fez came about after colonization, stealing the identity of one set of people and turning it into your own stuff to go out and mass manipulate the minds of many others. That demonic shit. Alright? Also try to leave out as much cursing out of this audio as possible because I realize that more and more now, it is a lot of families listening and a lot of kids. So I want them to soak in this information. I want them to understand, even though some of you parents know that you curse more than I do around your kids, even though a lot of you parents know that the songs that your kids are listening to is way worse than how I curse. So me cursing shouldn't have to take away from you learning anything. That's just a poor excuse. But I scale back on some of my videos because my grandma wants to listen to them. That is why I also do it. So it's not mainly for you, but it's for the children and my grandma. That is why I'm going to scale back somewhat. But you will still hear a good fuck every now and then in my videos. Because that is me. not going to change me and who I am for nobody unless it is my empress when she comes along. You understand? Another thing, ladies, and another thing, men. If a person has a very vulgar or jacked up demeanor or lifestyle that they've been living for a great while, and you come along in that person's life, you cannot force that person to change. If that person loves you, care about you, cherish you, they will change on their own. If they see that their lifestyle is affecting you in a negative way and it's something that you don't like, they will change on their own. They don't do that. You can't force a person to change. You understand? And when you try to come too hard on a person and try to force them to change, it never goes well. It doesn't bode well. That was just a little side note. But anyway, peace and love to you all. I hope this audio also was very informative, and yeah, going to continue to fight. Chief Kalanaga and I, we're going to continue to give that message. We each have our own different personality of how we give off our message, but the message is still the same. Brother Dane Calloway still fighting to give off that message. Much love and respect to you, Brother Dane. You understand? A real soldier with boots on the ground out there, going into these places that a lot of us don't even go to get the information that we truthfully and really need. There's a change coming. Change coming. You understand? The vanguard has been passed down to the new generation, and we are not dropping the freaking baton. So a lot of you silly rabbit Negroes out there, treacherous Negroes out there, you pro-black hardcore Negroes out there who knowingly know what you are doing, foot up your ass consistently. There's no easing up off of y'all. None. And let me just say something to folks. Dick Gregory was of age, and I do not believe that he was murdered. Sometimes when you see these things happen, it is the passing of the guard. That's what it is. He fulfilled what he needed to fulfill, and it was his time. Sometimes we got to stop making a conspiracy theory out of every darn thing. All right? That was a passing of the guard. They're not harvesting that soul, because that soul is well aware. And there's some folks that came with my stuff on my RIP Dick Gregory video, talk about that's very disrespectful. Oh, he's boule, he's this, but at the same time, may he rest in peace. You can't come and disrespect a dead person and then say may they rest in peace at the same time. If you don't have no proof that he's boule, do not say anything, because at the end of the day, he warned our people about a lot of stuff before it even came. Before it even came. Warned. If it wasn't for him, we would have been still thinking today that Malcolm X was actually killed with that shotgun filled with blanks. If it wasn't for him, we would have never really known the extent of what chemtrails was really doing to us. So how dare you? Huh? Like, seriously, man. Like, that was utterly disrespectful. Like, some of y'all have no chill. Utterly disrespectful. A man that, and if y'all going to call him boule because him and Dr. Sebi was going at it, that's normal, man. That's competition. Dick Gregory was in the dietary food industry. Sebi came along and was like pretty much saying, yo, everything that he's giving you is GMO, it ain't real. Of course, you think he's not going to be mad? You think all the other herbalists out there was not going to also be mad? Huh? You think it was going to create some rivalry? Of course. Some hatred or something? Was it going to come from that? Of course. But that's between him and Sabi. Even when Sabi passed, a lot of y'all started talking shit about Sabi. I sit back and I watch so much, and I watch so much of y'all. This is why I pick and choose who I reach out to. Because I do reach out. And then I have a list of people, of names that I gather of those who I am going to reach out to in the future. See what I'm saying? Like, yo, man. No chill with some of y'all on some real shit. But anyway, peace and love, light, all that good stuff. Enjoy yourselves.
Okay, y'all. We're an hour in. I was supposed to cut it off, but I didn't. I just want to give the brother a chance and hear him out. Awesome video. And you can go over. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's going to be long enough. Peace and power to you. And I'm out.